to fall back on while I'm doing all of this experimental branching to swap out the parse functions for a singular AST-based parser, which I don't feel like will limit the independence of the parser in any way. I think having the parser know fundamentally about the grammar. I know that because we're going to be plugging the AST grammars into it, and that way the parser should be able to parse any grammar by just changing out its grammar node or its grammar interface or object, or whatever you want to call it. So back to kind of what we were doing originally. Some people might find this to be reassuring because it is where what I started out doing. Started out cleaning up the existing one when we found all these other alternative ways of doing things, and I need to not do that. I need to just finish it. So I'm going to run my checker on the top level. We do have a known bug that I opened an issue for and sent it to Greg with our JSON parser. So that is covered. There's a bunch of stuff here that I'm just going to chuck because this was kind of part of my experimentation stuff. So technically I sort of branched here, but I didn't do a branch. So yeah, I was like changing the grammar, the interfaces, making some more. That test code has to stay. But yeah, and so yeah, AST node structs, yeah, all that can go away. Pegn node struct, that can all go away. That can all go away. Yeah, so this is going to be a revert. And let's see. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and check it all back out and revert it all back. And get status. And that gets us back to where we were, hopefully. Let me think. It didn't. Hi, Greg. No problem. So here we go. We've got some stuff here that needs to go. And I think I'm just going to do this. I know that seems draconian, but oh shit. Well, that's actually what I wanted. So it's just a weird way of going about it. I forgot I was gonna. Then I have my RF grabbing individuals. I was afraid I wasn't gonna do the .git. I could do a checkout again. That's probably something I want to change. Anyway, pegn-go, git pull. Wait, git clone. com pegn/pegn-go. No worries there. This guy's confused though. Let's go. And so we have that little error there, but that'll be fixed soon enough. Yep. And then we can go into pegn-go here. Yeah, it should be nice and fresh and clean. And it should work, actually. So other than this error that we know is a thing, that should work. So I'm going to go ahead and comment those out for now, so we don't get there. I talked about that in this morning's video. If you guys want to go see that, I actually started the video this morning about that. So that one, I don't know if it's been posted yet. It takes so long for them to process, but it's a lot of video data to process. So yeah, we have a nice clean pass here. Even if I do everything, it should still pass. And we are good to go. So now what I need to do is I'm getting rid of the generator. Everything about the stuff in the generator, all this stuff here, it's all in the other file, first of all, but all of this stuff about the parameter syntax is potentially unnecessary, and that's what I need to explore. If we use the AST as the thing to check against rather than trying to create our own intermediate language, which is kind of cool, we probably are going to get a much, much, much cleaner library in general. So it's very likely that this entire expect parameter syntax will just go away. And when that happens, that's going to be a thing. So that was kind of a preliminary thing there. So I'm going to remove the generator here. It was actually the generator that caused me to rethink how I was doing the case statement and in the expect anyway in the first place, and that led to the discovery that I'm probably better off just walking the node tree of the AST and comparing that against the parse data. So that's going to completely replace the expect API call, and frankly, it's going to force a redesign of the entire API. So methods like parse will do the right thing. They're not just going to parse single characters from it and things like that. So I don't know. I mean, there'll be something different for that. We're going to have to rethink all that. I don't want to get in those weeds right now. The only goal I have right now is to get the original to work as it was working and to save and tag that. That is the single biggest priority. I don't want to do a Babbage. I'm going to call it a Babbage. A Babbage is when you don't finish the first thing and you don't finish the second thing because you can't think about the first thing anymore because you already have the second thing in your mind. I'm going to call that a Babbage. From now on, I dub a Babbage. A Babbage is when you don't get any shit done because you have to reform the entire machining industry to have any of your ideas built, and you get obsessed with the secondary idea and can never work on the first idea because it's inferior. And anybody who's been doing this for any amount of time knows what I'm talking about. So we'll call it a Babbage. What is a Babbage? A Babbage is when you don't get the analytical engine done, nor do you get the difference engine done because you're too fucking busy, and you're also busy fighting with Ada about credit and rights and so. All right. Ram dash RF Gen. And what do we have here? We have a nice clean flat parser, which I think I can still maintain that I want to keep this parser flat, but I already went down a branch for flattening. I actually think that the entire flattening effort is unnecessary. And because, as we said before, this effort is for clarity, and the flattening effort is actually for ultimately creating it. We don't need to flatten it if we can put the whole thing into a single file. And there's a very strong likelihood that we can do that in very few lines. So that's coming. Next. What do we need to do? We need to bring over the AST stuff. So let's see what we have left over in the old one. Old libpagan. And we have the grammar files, which are not fully working. We have the JSON stuff that I tried to factor out, which is not necessarily needing to do that. The mark is now working, so that's all clean. Is functions are under the parser, so that's clean, I think. Are they still there? Yep, okay. Let's make sure the parser still works. Oh, well, we know that because it's already being tested. And so the really important part that is we need to bring the grammar back over. And this is interesting. I don't know if I even need to have the grammar definition here, but let's bring back the individual pieces of this. And I'm pausing because right before I did this, I started putting everything under the grammar subdirectory because I was trying to figure out where everything goes. For a long time, it was AST, and I don't know. Actually, I know how to answer this question. Let's go. So the pegn tool, the one that I'm using for everything, which is super important right now, it does what? So it actually calls the usage errors here, AST.grammar. All right, so yeah, I actually wouldn't mind changing this to say pegn.grammar, in which case grammar is the entry point. You know, I don't think that should be what it's called, but yeah, it is what it is. In fact, you know, I don't want to spend too much time refactoring right now because I want to get on to the real refactoring. So what? So I'm going to go back to making an AST directory and recreating what was working before. So it's all lib whatever. Oh, come on. Nope. Oh, old lib. This has all been put down into the grammar section. So we have the is functions, which we already ported. We have the nd, which definitely needs to go into the AST. That one we know. I could do a copy here. Copy -r. And we need the tokens for sure. And then the checks themselves actually don't need to come in here. And the so the nd and the tk and the PR stuff. The PR stuff actually is going to go in the top level of the AST. And obviously that's not pretty. That's just the way it was working. And, oops, why didn't that work? Wait. Oh, that's why. What the fuck? Oh. PR/splat into AST. Yeah. AST. So this should fail now. Yep. All right. And that might look familiar. That's what we had before. It sucks though because I broke some things. I took the AST file out of here that had the expected error in it. Grammar -go. Here we go. It's kind of nostalgic actually looking at this now. All the libpegn stuff's gonna have to change. So, but I'm concerned because the expected is not here. Grep all expected. Yeah, there's lots of things returning it, but it's not defined anywhere. Nope. So I actually deleted the AST line from the other thing. Thank God for GitHub, you know. So I'm actually going to go spelunking for this thing. This is what I get for starting to refactor something before, you know, it's sometimes hard to be, you always think it's just going to be one little thing here, and then you break what you had. It's the story of my life, honestly. I have a working knowledge net tool. I have two of them, but they got broken just a little bit because I was like, I need to add this other improvement. And because I didn't follow my own best practices at the time, I mean, which I would obviously follow for a company, I ended up breaking a bunch of shit. My skill bots, same thing. I ended up breaking things in the pursuit of fixing them, and then the original version is still broken. So if I had master branched those things every time, I would not be in this predicament. And so then I have to go back and say, well, I really need this other thing so I can just get by for now. I'm pretty much doing Babbages all the time, and I gotta stop. Professionally, I don't do that, but in my personal life, for some reason, and I imagine this is what happened to Babbage, for some reason, when you have total control of a thing, you think you can rip the shit out of it, leave your transmission taken apart in the middle of your garage, and get back to it anytime you want to. You know? And then time passes, life happens, and you lose a part here because, and you're like, how does this thing go back together? I can't remember. And you end up with a restored triumph that doesn't work or something. And it was working fine until you decided to make it better. It's like, I need more coffee. I'm gonna go get more coffee. I'm just laughing at myself here. Oh. All right, I'm back. Okay, I'm back. I hadn't heard a slam. I heard a slam my bowls. Yeah, this is the door. Sorry. Me opening the door rather abruptly. No more Babbages. Babbage, we love you. If you're up there watching us from heaven, from computer techie heaven, or hell, who knows. So, kids status watch. Oh, thank God. So this is me trying to be clever and like fucking things up. Oh, hey, LinkedIn messages. I should probably go read those. That's what those little ding dinks are. You're going to get a lot of them. So, yeah, I'm looking for contract work in Go development. In case you're wondering, just to supplement my now sort of secondary income as a hobby. I've just, in case maybe you're wondering, I've downscaled my mentoring to an after-school hobby. It's been my primary source of income and entertainment and everything for the last 7, 8 years, and it's I'm downsizing it to a something that's a secondary hobby, which I think everybody should have. And I'm gonna do some contracting and development. So I'm out there looking, which is why I have to finish it so people can see things that are like glorious. I'm like, oh my God. They really don't care. Honestly, what people want to hire is people who solve their problems and make them money. And if you can be trusted to do that and prove that you're trustworthy to do that, that's it. That's all they care about at the end of the day. So yeah, anyway. What am I doing? I'm trying to get back the AST thing that I busted. So check out. Actually, no, I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to check out the whole old AST that was there before. And that's actually exactly what we want. Oh, this makes me happy. This even has my examples. I should probably just copy that whole thing over. It doesn't have my tokens in it, though. All right. Yeah. Oh, look at that. I typed SL instead of LS. You guys have that? That makes people happy. I don't need you at all. You can die, Mr. AST. And watch this. I'm going to really get draconian. I'm going to move my old lib pegn-go AST. Booyah. You now belong to me. Your AST belongs to me. It had to be said. It had to be said. That was literally accurate. So, tech jokes for the win. I have them all day. Oh, I actually tried to run a DC calculator on a dot. That doesn't work so well. I think I need tokens over here too. Therefore, pegn/old pegn. I can hear FK. He's going to be really happy. He's like, oh, thank God he's not porting it yet. He's like, because I think people were getting worried that I was like breaking shit and doing a Babbage and not fixing it, which I really love to do. I don't love it. I just do it. There. So git check out. In fact, this whole fucking thing should be restored. Let me see what I have on tap. Yeah, no, not changing you, not changing you. No. All right. None of that is going to be kept. So we already have the AST. Get that again. And we need the TK library. But I don't know why it's not here. Oh, it is as a top level. I did it as a top level. I don't think it needs to be a top level. So technically it's part of the AST. So I'm going to put it under there. It should resolve fine since nothing uses the tokens except for stuff in here. As far as I know. So yeah, we're going to steal you too. The old, what? Move. Okay, there we go. Old lib pegn tokens to here. Make sure I got to fix all the package things. I can do that with a Perl script or something really quick. There they are. All of my beautiful tokens. Yeah. Truth is, these don't actually need to belong here. This is, you know what? I'm not going to put them there. So there. Again, all of those tokens are, well, none of this is going to stay. We're going to rethink the whole world here pretty soon. But what I can do is I can do this. I can move that AST and those TK over here because why? Because the stuff that I'm putting in the parser subpackage is there because it is present for everything. So any peg grammar that ever uses them will get them automatically. And it turns out the long-term implementation of this will be some sort of hard coding that says, hey, if you have one of these things, this is what it means. And that will be knowledge that will be built into any grammar generator. It has to be. And that's what I'm trying to kind of show there. This is actually a part of the parser, which is why I moved it. Because if I leave it into the AST, then people will think, oh, that's just a part of this grammar only. Which it actually is, because this grammar is the pegn grammar. So it's kind of like a little bit hard to get your head around. The node types are a similar situation going on here. But I don't know. I don't know. I mean, strictly speaking, these parser functions should probably all go in the parser as well. Yeah. Just thinking here. Think. And my example, I mean, all this stuff again, we're just trying to restore it and get it working again. Alpha test. Yeah, see all this stuff here? See all this. You can tell already that this is easily going to lend itself to some sort of coding as opposed to handwriting it out like this. And we wrote it out by hand like this so we could arrive at what that code would eventually look like. But it was a pain in the ass, and I don't want to keep doing it. Particularly if I can get automatic grammar handling without it. So, but it did serve a purpose. It definitely served a purpose. And it's worth saving that for posterity. All right, time to start fixing package identifiers. Yeah, there we go. It's trying to, yeah, there's a lot of package brokenness here. So, grep all, anything that starts with package for a second. I want to see them all. Let's see where they all are living. Yeah, so the JSON is package pegn. That's fine. Node tests, package pegn tests. Oh, that stuff's AST. Well, that's fine. That's good. That's all going to work. I don't have to change those packages. Alpha range AST. Okay. That's all good. Parser test is fine. His package is fine. So what do we have happening? I'm not seeing a problem here. Grammar.go has a pegn. Notice I don't see any package issues. Oh, that's nice. So what are you all bent out of shape about? Alpha has a problem. Was that the one I was messing with? Please tell me no. Please tell me I didn't save that. I was messing with one of these, and that was, I think, the one. All right. Oh, here's how we go. Here's what's happening. This is all Bork. This is Bork right here. That is just so Bork. So this needs to be... that's all Bork. The whole thing is Bork. I wonder how it resolves it without it. That's much better. Thank you very much. My Vim plugin of choice. This one is not, though, you dummy. So yeah, why would you figure the rest out and not that one out? You're kind of stupid there. Well, that's not good. Parser does not implement parse-go run type method for or type for check where to get that want. Wait, did I did not. Did I mess with that? Please tell me I didn't. I did, I bet. What do you bet me I did? Well, that can go. I didn't. Why are you all bent out of shape? Okay, so parser does not implement the parser wrong type or check method. For check method, have check interface is a mark, and I wanted a pegn mark instead. Ah, well, that's totally understandable because you're confused. You're confused. First of all, Alpha, you're trying to use libpeg for something which you shouldn't. So let's first address that. I have a feeling it's going to fix all that shit. And again, this exercise I'm about to do is completely unnecessary if we move away from generated code for our parsing, and we can actually parse by traversing the AST that's been parsed from the grammar. And I'm not talking about, so we have an AST for the grammar that represents the grammar that we traverse in order to do the parsing of the actual data, which ends up it's being an AST as well. It's just a different AST. It's its own AST for its own grammar. See what I'm saying? So it's all about the ASTs and walking the thing. And if we do that, we don't have to do any of this fucking generation and fixing and moving and all that. All goes away. In fact, I know that there's some like senior level, like PhD level parser dude out there, or dudette, who's looking at this and going just like, oh my god, this dude. I just know. I know that they exist. I do not claim to be the world's authority on parsers. In fact, I got 3 books written by the world authorities on parsers, according to them. But I tell you what, I might be the world's authority on learning it the hard way by, like, busting your head on it. And I guarantee I'm going to learn it a lot better than that stupid fucking book, even if it takes me forever. It's not a stupid book. It's a great book. It was a Herculean effort for them to write it. I take it all back. I appreciate them. There. So that's called The Art of Walking Shit Back. That's what I just did. See what I did there? I walked it back. It's like I told you how I really felt, and I walk it back to how I want to feel about it. Which is never the same, by the way. It's how you actually feel about a thing or a person, and how you probably should feel about a thing or a person. And often the two are not the same. Happiness is somewhere, in there by bringing the two to sync. I think that's my life lesson for this next 30 minutes. Okay, so what am I doing? Oh, it's that time again to try to figure out what I'm doing. I'm trying to figure out how the fuck to get this to do it without it doing. Now, those I can hear the voices in my head. Well, if you had a real IDE right now, you could just change all those dependencies, and your IDE would see it all. You wouldn't have to do any of this. And my response to that is, go fuck yourself. I'm using VI and Perl. It will be just fine. Calm down. So that's me speaking to the voices in my head, by the way, not to anyone else. So yeah, what do we have? Let's see. We've got nothing but AST. Hey, Will, there's not many times it's not an odd time. Yeah, Ivy Campbell. I mean, it's pretty weird in here. I ain't gonna lie, and I'm okay with that. I'm kind of okay with that at this point. Alpha range. So I have to change all these, but I really don't want to. I mean, okay, I'm going to do something here that don't try this at home, people. Don't try this at home. You'll hurt yourself. It's like all those people that used to be on that Jackass show that everybody thought were really cool. Like more than 50% of them are now dead. So don't do this at home. Don't try this. And let's see. All right, what do we do here? I need to do a Perl Pi, and I'll do it the long way so you can see what it is. Perl-P-I with no backup -E. That's why you don't want to do this at home. Seriously, people, do not do this at home. We're going to substitute out recursively this for something new, and we're going to call it GitLab.com/pegin/pegin-go. Now, this is the kind of command that you look at for like 5 minutes before you do it, because it's going to affect every file in this directory in a way that can't be recovered short of restoring your Git repo. So I'm going to look at it pretty carefully. Okay, so I'm going to replace all of the lines that have pegin blah 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 with the exact letters, including the quotes. I use commas, by the way, because the commas get in the way of slashes, and so you can swap them out. People don't know that about sed. So sed and Perl both allow you to do a comma instead of a slash, so that you don't have to escape the fucking slashes everywhere. It's just, what it does is it just reads whatever the first character is after the S as a delimiter, as its delimiter. And then you can do the substitution on the one side and then the output on the other, or the substitution on the left. Now, the only thing kind of weird about this is this dot over here in .com is going to be interpreted as any character, but that's totally okay. And then, so this is going to replace this, and it's going to put gitlab.com/peg/pegn-go, and that is going to replace it in everything. And you know what I'm missing? I'm missing a double quote. This is why I'm glad I looked. I don't need that. Thank you for noticing, but I don't need it. That was just something my editor added. But thank you. So gitlab.com/pegn. It does that whenever the URL doesn't match the package name as kind of an extra helper. That's the other thing people don't know about Go. People think that there's some sort of convention with the -go that you have to follow. You can have the name of the module repo be whatever the fuck you want. And the underlying package is this thing you need to use as your prefix anywhere you use it, unless you, of course, import it with a prefix like this, which is what my editor does for me automatically to disambiguate what it's actually being included, so that you could look at the import, set at the top of every file and say, hey, where is this coming from? Where's my package coming from? Rather than not knowing which of these packages is actually the source of this. But in the case of pegn-go, it's pretty obvious that that's the one. When I open it with an editor, it'll automatically add it anyway as soon as I do. So frankly, I mean, we can do that. It doesn't hurt anything to do that. Let's just do that. I'm actually curious though. I want to see if it actually substitutes it in. I have a theory that the editor the plugin I'm using in Vim does not actually do that if it's one of the standards like Go Dash or Dash Go. I think it's like, hey, you can probably figure this one out, so we're not going to do it for you. But I'm not sure, so I'm going to try that. So this should actually take care of us on that front. And you notice it did do a bunch of stuff there. And we can actually do a grep all here really quick and see if we have any libpegin left in anywhere. And we do. We still have a bunch of libpegin left in there. That is... Oh, that's because of the node stuff. So this is, these are going to be candidates next. But let's take a look at our alpha first here and fix this one up. We already fixed the alpha one up, so... Oh, and that confirms my theory that it does not replace it. See this? It did not replace it. It didn't put a peg in there because it's like, you can figure that one out. We don't need to help you. So we're going to do alpha range now. And yep, sure enough, changed. So that was a pretty remarkable event that just happened. So since it worked, let's actually keep going, shall we? Let's do the next one. So what is it? AST-ND. I'm going to go repeat my pi. And this one doesn't have a pegin in it, so we'll get rid of that. And what is it? It is /AST. I could probably do the root of the whole thing and get them all in one shot, but I'm a little bit too worried about that. I'm kind of being paranoid here. So instead, we're going to do this... because it's actually, well, goddamn, I'm going to try this. This could be bad or good. Let's try it. Ready, go. And now we can do our grep again. And there's, oh wow, it didn't get it. It didn't get a bunch of them. Why not? Why didn't you match GitLabs? Let's play blah, blah, blah. Oh, because of the double quote. Duh, no shit. It's actually good that it didn't match. Thank God. So that would be a fail. I really need to do that. That needs to be, okay, looking carefully. Here we go. Boom. Oh, look at that. Nice. No matching version for query latest. My testing thing is like freaking the fuck out. Oh, look at that. It's in all the submodules. So let's do that. Let's put it in the submodules. So that means we can get really dangerous here. and do that, and hold our breath. Ready, go. And now we should not have. Oh, we're getting there. We still have those other ones left. Those other ones are left over. God damn it. And so we're going to actually change those to. I probably could have just done this in the first place, but it's a little bit too scary for me. Boom. And now we should not have those either. Nope. Huzzah, there's no more live pegn. We still have errors, but let me see if I can revise that. Yep, can't find module pegngo.tk. Okay, now that's expected because tk and is got moved. So we need to move those. So let's find an example of those. grepall the TKs. All right, so pegngo TK should now be pegngo parser TK. Well, I mean, I wonder if it has to be under the parser. I just really don't know if that's required. Because there's no circuit. Let me go check. I don't think there's any circular references in there. That would be the thing that would prevent us from doing that. Circular imports. It's a really bad bug to have when you get it. Okay, so there's no dependency on any other thing in here in any of these. So they could really live anywhere. And, you know, I'm not opposed to moving them up. It's going to break the parser temporarily, but let's do that. So, I mean, you know, I kind of like that those are part of the parser script. But they are not dependent. This is the thing. This version of the parser that we're kind of restoring before I get into the better one is very generic. So these is functions will work anywhere. That's the whole point. They're like the Unicode is functions as well. So let's move those up a level, and that'll resolve all our stuff, and we can move the TKs up a bit too. And that will actually, that should fix most of our errors. Let's try our got here. Yep. And now, of course, alpha's got versions problems. And our parser's also got problems. So let's go back and fix that before we have too much more pain and suffering. And I'm not sure. I think it's the expect one that requires them. Yep. So this one just can be is now, and we'll import that. It should be fine. Make sure. Pegngo parser is function latest. Wait, what the fuck? Grep is. That is not good. Let's do grep -is. Pegngo is parser is. So the examples are still using it, and we got to get rid of that. So these guys can come up, and that should take care of it. Yep. All right. So TKs are not used anywhere but the AST. Okay. No, bad Rob. CDAST. Got. Can't find parser is because why? Alpha is trying to do it. Oh, because alpha is the only one that we told where is was. Where is. And this one can just be, oh, no. That one definitely has to be ND. Actually, yeah. No. That one has to be, fuck. I don't know. I mean, does this have to be under here? I don't know. You know, there is, though. There's an ND right there. So why are you mad? Oh, I know why. Because ND has a bad package name in it. No? It's fine. Fuck. What the fuck? Yeah, this is definitely not the final form of all this. But I'm going to raise everything to the top just so people can see it. Because the whole reason for this version's existence is visibility and being able to study it, blah, blah, blah. And so, yeah, that means that anything that uses ND in here needs a fix. Oh, shit. So it's going to be grepl/ND. And that's going to need to change. So where's our pi again? Perl, GitLab, pegn, no. No. Now we need pegn-go /AST/ND to be pegn/go/ND. And we can do it down there, and we can do it down here. Ready, go. And our grep. Yep. All right, so it's getting it from the right place. Mismatch variables. So, oh yeah, we dropped, man. Okay, so now I can see, now the errors are common errors. These are what we would expect. It's like, I don't know how to do a new node because you don't do that anymore, because you got rid of that, because you were all reevaluating everything. And I'm like, no, I'm going to add it back because it was a lot easier. I don't want to redo all the CST. Let's just be real. I don't even think I need it anymore. And I didn't know that yesterday. Okay, so I'm going to just add that back and make everybody happy. Sing Kumbaya. Func new node has 2 parameters, a pointer to a node. And do I have an error? I don't think I do even, because I was a different person back then. Yep, just returns a node with no errors. Okay, well that makes sense. That can be fluent. I guess that's the name of the pattern where you just return something that can be used as a dot string. Alpha and types. Well, it's looking for ND, so let's look for that in the right place. So life is good. This is actually super easy. So return n. Wait, sorry. So take type. Well, let's do t as an int, and then we have. Oh fuck. We're not doing types anymore. I'm gonna have to. I don't want to rewrite all the code, so I'm going to drop it on the floor. But I'm still gonna take it. Fuck. Huh. I mean, do I want to rewrite all of those lines? I guess I could do that. I just don't want to. How well can I generate that? This is why I need automated code generation. This is not types anymore. This is now nodes. And it's totally irrelevant and part of the whole grammar passing thing. Oh, fuck. I need to change nd.types to nd.nodes. But I don't think there is such a thing. It has to be something that can tell you the nodes. This is a change I made when I went to the interface. So this is when I added the grammar, but I didn't add the grammar to the old one. So the nodes means it has no names, no types, blah, blah, blah. Did I already change the expect lines in the parser to use that? I think I did. Yep, I did. Fuck. I just want it to work. I honestly do. I know that's a bad thing to say, but this one I just want to work so I can move on. So the expected errors do not have any reference to nodes. These are just grabbing it from the different IDs. We don't even fucking need to pass nodes anymore. We don't. String. I don't need it because it's not in the error messages anymore. I don't need it. I think I can drop it completely. I mean, the only reason I added that so I'd have better error messages. So I actually think I can drop it. And because that's all being addressed by this new way I'm doing it that I've got to get past. So if I did that, I could say I want a new alpha node, which is totally fine. And that just means redefining the new node type. Either that or getting rid of this line entirely, which I could also do. I do need to make sure that the expected error message in the AST works as expected. And I think this does grab the type. Yep, there it is. This one does grab the type. It says expected blah while parsing blah, which is not even going to get hit anymore. So what do I do for a Klondike bar? You have any idea how much random advertising shit is left in the corners of my brain? Anybody who thinks that advertisers are not destroying the human psyche, bite me. Seriously, like when my brain is on screensaver mode, how often does your brain fail over on screensaver mode to an advertisement? If you don't think you're being fucking manipulated since childhood. My baloney has a first name. It's O-S-C-A-R. My baloney has a second name. It's M-A-Y-E-R. I can't remember the birth dates of my children, but I can remember that song. I'm such a bad human being. I need coffee. I'll be back. All right. Back at it. Time to come back at it. For the record, I can't remember my own birthday half the time. Well, that's not completely accurate. I can't remember how old I am. Every time my birthday rolls around, I like have to count the years to remember how old I am. I actually got it wrong one year. No shit, I did. We got all the way to the point with my ex-wife. We all got all the way to the point where we were celebrating and there was a cake. And I couldn't, nobody actually counted how old I was. And we got it wrong. And my mom called. She goes, no, dude. You're like, you got an extra year in there. I'm like, fuck. Or I mean, you took an year off or something. And that actually happened. That actually happened. After a certain point, you get so old that the years just all blur together. When you're a kid, you remember? It's like, oh, I'm 7 3/4 and 7/8 of another quarter. You know, it's like you cared so much, but now, no. It's like, I gotta get shit done. I don't know how many years I got left. It's crazy to think about, I know, but. I know that's a fake hazelnut smell, but I really don't care. So good. So good. All right, what are we doing here? We're doing alphabet. And I'm about to, you know what? I'm just going to comply. You must comply. I finished all 7 seasons of Voyager last week. It has fundamentally changed my vocabulary again. My favorite one is when they fix something. We'll just reconfigure the algorithm with a recursive algorithm. I was like, a recursive algorithm is just a recursive algorithm. Why are you using a big word that doesn't mean anything? Okay, buzzword bingo. Next time you watch Voyager or any rerun of any of those things, look for the word recursive algorithm. It's like they use the word recursive algorithm as if it's like some special thing to fix something. It's like we could just read a recursive algorithm. It's so full of bullshit words. You can't bullshit a bullshitter. And we engineers are the best bullshitters. And pull a Scotty. There's actually a direct attack on Scotty in Voyager. Yeah. There's a line B'Elanna Torres says, the captain says, she says, wait a second. He says, no, hey, wait, how does it go? I gotta find the episode. It's so great. It's a direct attack against Scotty. And the dialogue goes something like, Janeway says, I need it, blah, 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 blah. When can you get it to me? And she goes, I can get it to you in an hour or something. I can get it to you in 2 hours. Okay, I want it in 40 minutes. And she goes, no, when I give you an estimate, it's an accurate estimate. I don't inflate that. That would be irresponsible. And she goes, okay, fine then. She goes running off. Because it was literally like a direct fucking attack on Scotty. Direct fucking attack on pulling a Scotty. There's no way I can do it, Captain. There's no way I can do it. It's going to take 2 weeks. We can't do it. We're all going to die. And I'm going to be a hero because I'm going to do it in 1/4 of the time. Merge Request 2 is on the way. And I shall accept it. Mom talking about Scotty. Yeah, I think that's probably the best fix. You just passed in the thing to parse it. Yeah, that's definitely a good way to go. It's amazing how few characters had to change. It's pretty cool. About missed it. Yep. The end. Beautiful fix. I can kind of see where you went with the rest of the way down. Beautiful. Yep. Just discard the error, and that's the sample error code. Child value. Okay. Nice. Nice to the nice. I gotta find that scene about the anti-Scotty line. Now I have to find. I'm gonna have to. My wife's been watching this series. You know what? I'm gonna put a personal request in with my wife so she find that scene, because she's rewatching the earlier ones because she missed them. She came in like halfway. Looks great. I'm gonna go ahead and accept this. Greg, do you know about the closing merge requests? I suppose you wanted to submit it and let me review it first, but do you know about the whole closes thing you can do? If you put closes number or whatever in the commit message, it will close the ticket automatically. Yeah. So, in this case, I can see you probably wanted me to read it, go through it, but I think you have commit access now. Just letting you know. I mean, you're a developer on the project now, so I think you would have had access. Yeah. A lot of people don't know. So yeah. In this particular case, it is kind of nice to see it, but in that case, I could probably just have reviewed your work on this one for sure, rather than do the merge request thing. Yeah, I mean, and with that in mind, actually, Greg, if you really want, you can just check the repo out directly, and unless you feel safer doing merge requests, which it's up to you completely. I have no feelings one way or another, actually. I feel like I need to get good at doing my own branches and then squashing them, or rebasing them. But yeah, I do. I think it's probably wise to do that anyway. But yeah, I would want that myself, actually. Should probably start doing it for my own editions. I need to accept it. I always, you know what? I always flounder when it comes to accepting a merge request. I always do. I don't know where to click. I won't lie. I haven't done it that much, to tell you the truth. So, yeah, here it is. And then accept. Approve. Okay, we'll approve. I like approving. It's fun. Merge, the big green button. Great work. Thanks. Approve this merge request just now. Drag your files in here. What I wish I could, let's see. Close merge request. No, I want to merge, but I want to make a comment. I wish they had a comment field up here with your merge so that it would do it like in order. Rather than just merging. So yeah. All right. This is good. This is all very good. Yeah, I know. You're like, click on the green. All right, let me see if I can. Now the real trick is to see if I can pull that down. I should not have a problem. It's all on its own. The node thing should merge pretty cleanly. Yep. Yay. It should be a little bit obvious, I have to admit. I'm gonna say that just because it makes me feel better. Very nice. So actually, that's good. We can get let's just run the node, the JSON, all the JSON tests. See what we get. We get a full pass. Huzzah! Okay, so that's good. Back to whatever it is that I was doing before. I did move my node. No tests to run. Oh God. Why are you harshing on my fun here by bringing reality to my face? You're absolutely right. Okay, fine. How about that? See? You have any idea how hard it is having like really intelligent people be your best backseat drivers? Whose intelligence far exceeds your own. It's like, can I just say, it's really fun, it's really great, but it's also terrifying. It's like, here, give me that wheel. Oh my God. So back to what I was doing. I keep thinking taking a break's going to help me get back on track, and it just makes it worse. Just makes it worse, people. And plus, I'm having a good day. Today's been a good day. I mentally have broken through a lot of challenges. I got some really, really great feedback on the YouTube channel. That made me feel really great. Thank you for that. And I had a parent who read my policy page and went, I don't know if this is the best match for us. It seems really serious. And I said, actually, no, that's whatever. And I rewrote the policy page to be less harsh. We don't require homework, for example. And she's like, oh, well, yeah, then in that case, yes. And so lots of good things happening today. Taking my puppy. You should, Greg. After that monumental effort there. Thank you very much for fixing that right away. That's gonna make me sleep better. And I do need to still resolve the errors that I'm getting. And I'm gonna do. There we go. So we still have the alpha error in the AST, but I have a feeling we're going to fix it very very soonly. And go ahead and do that commit. All right, so AST alpha, it keeps defining new. We don't do the new node because of the whole type thing, right? Back to the whole type thing again. You know what? Again, I'm going to just go for it. I need a new word besides punt. I will pay $10 for an equally witty and fun word as punt, meaning I'm just going to do a punt, whatever, all that entails. Someone invent me a better word there, because I am done with the fucking football metaphors. I'm just going to punt. I'm going to go for the 2-point conversion. Oh no, I'm just going to go for, how many points do you even get for a fucking punt? Points do I get for a field goal? This shows you how much I care about football. So lest you be offended, 2-point conversion. See, a 2-point conversion is when you punt and you actually do it anyway, right? A field goal is worth only 3 points. Well, a touchdown scores 6, which usually becomes 7 with a successful conversion. Potentially 8 to win a 2-point conversion. Teams will generally attempt a field goal only in the following situations. It is the last down, 4th in American football, 3rd in Canadian rules. There's Canadian rules for football? Today I learned Canada has their own football rules. It just proves they're pussies. No, actually, it proves the reverse. It proves the Americans are pussies. Because the Americans need 4 downs, and the Canadians only get 3 downs. Holy shit. They're hardcore up there. I thought they was just going to be, maintaining the Canadian pussy metaphor down here that Americans love to hold about them, which is obviously bullshit. Dude, they live in a place where it's 17 degrees, and which is whatever, 13 degrees below freezing here in America, Fahrenheit. They're not pussies, man. They're the opposite of pussies. They're just nice badasses. That's what Canadians are. Yeah, so 3 points. A field goal is 3 points. A touchdown is 6. So a punt is something you do when you just want a few points as opposed to getting the full points. So I need another word for that. The stream of consciousness continues. All right, so again, I'm gonna make this happy. I'm gonna make a happy little new node thing here. I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. If I can type. Once again, just doing it. You know what? I'm gonna totally bastardize the shit out of this. Someone's gonna be looking at this, and be like, "What are you doing, dude?" It's like a whole bunch of strings. Here's my string thing. Like, what are you doing? Say, I am punting. Again, this is just to get it past. I should probably rip out the whole grammar interface thing. That was the last thing I added after it was all working, and I didn't really need it for anything. No, I had to add that because of the struct stuff, which is all working and fixed. So, new node, and we need a type. So t int, and then we need types, which is a string, a whole bunch of stringies, and we give you back a node pointer. There you go. So n equals new node, and t and type equals t, and types equals ts return. And that's really all we need. The problem is we need to be able to pass all that in. So that is a matter for the AST to do. Actually, yeah. Actually, you know, it should work, actually. Can I use TS? Oh, whoops. Node line 27. Types. There we go. Multiple values expect value. Multiple value expect single value context. Fuck, please tell me I didn't change that. Check returns 2 values. You're telling me that this entire AST stream does not change the 2 value returns? Really? Erg. Fuck. This is a really old AST tree. This is before I fix everything, which sucks. I did all this changing by hand. I must not have saved it. I wonder if it's still over in the other one. No, it's not, because I copied over. Or is it? Let me check. Old lib whatever. Grammar / ng. No, pr alpha. Yeah, I bet you I did. Yep. Expect return expected node error. Expected alpha node. I think the expect function changed. Yep, I'm almost positive it did. Oh. Expected node type name. Whatever, check returns 2 values. 17. Check is alpha. Fuck. Yeah, I did make that change. Shit. That was a huge change. Oh, what types? Oh God. That was a lot of work. Yeah, that was a lot of work. So that means, first of all, it means I didn't save it in stages. Just dummy. I got this. It's not that bad. I just need to pull those back in without throwing away anything new I've changed on these. That's any significant. I still have all the pi stuff, so I just am praying to God that I didn't make any other grammar interface changes. Boom. Yeah, that's all the libpegin stuff all just went to shit again. Which is kind of fine. How's it going? Boom. Yeah, examples. It's going to have the same problem. Alpha test. Yep. But this should be all 2 values now. Yep, and an underscore. Yep. All right, that was necessary. Actually, I can, now that I'm kind of dialed in on the libpegin replacement, I can just do that. The partial replacement, I should be good to go. So yeah. This might be it right here, people. All right, so where's my Perl? Give me back my Perl. It's not there. You're gonna make me write another one. Fuck you. All right, I'm gonna do pi sssg .go, and we're gonna replace this with this, and everything should be happy with that one replacement. Bang. All right, so grammar ND. Yep, now that stuff is all not gonna be found, so let's do another replacement. Let's say any place that I have a grammar /nd, I'm going to change it to just nd. Grammar /nd gets changed to just nd. Change it to /nd. Boom. Okay, that should fix that one. We'll do the AST as well. AST.nd should change to just /nd. I get that right. /AST, yep, like that. Yep, there we go. On canonical port, because I have 2 dashes. Because I'm dumb. All right, so let's do this. Anywhere I have a go with 2 slashes, change it to go with 1 slash. Ready, go. Yay! Now we get actual errors. Previous declarations, version minor redeclared. Very nice. This is all stuff I can live with. Error redeclared in this block. Yep. All right. So let's take a peek at all this new stuff we got going on. 19 reduction. I don't know what's going on there, so I'll just put you up here. I was actually in pre-existing error, it looks like. Undefined checked, undefined M. We'll put an M up here. Don't tell me. Check node alpha line 15. Why am I looking for? Oh, I was playing. Yeah, that's we want an is there. And if I know there's no such thing as node. Expected what? This one is really weird. I must have been playing with it a lot. It is not consistent with the others. No. new node. And that needs to be a pagan. Pagan new node of type alpha. nd alpha. nd.types. Too many strings. Okay, that's good. I like that. This is good. We're getting back to okay here. Alpha range. Did I play with this one too? Too many arguments in call to expected. I disagree. Version pre. I think it's pre. Alpha. And go away. Where's my spec? Where are you? No. Come here, come here, come here. What is your level? Your dash alpha. Okay, what did I call you though? I called you prever. Right, so I got that right. And what? This is all really cute at this point. Now that I know I can do better. Don't do the Babbage. Fix the Babbage. Fix the Babbage, Rob. Babbage is my new word. A Babbage, an entry in the technical lexicon. When someone doesn't complete neither their better idea nor their previous idea because they broke their previous idea thing, and because while they were working on their new thing and could not complete either of them, rather than finishing one thing and then moving on. Alpha range.go. Too many arguments and call to expected. But I don't understand because I fixed that. Are you telling me that this other thing was in? Okay, well. Blah, 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 blah. Expected V while parsing V at V. I hope you're the only one who has this problem, alpha range, because otherwise I'm going to be really sad. But I will fix you, assuming that you and alpha were broken while I was working on different ideas. Absolutely. These look. You know how I'm going to confirm that? I'm going to look at your buddy binary here, see if he's broke. Nope. See, look, he works just fine. So yeah, you suck. Please not be the only one. Please not be the only one. So expected needs another thing here. It needs a... Holy shit, these are the really old ones. A node and a P. Expected something, a node and a P. What? What? I literally... Stupid dumbass, Rob. I literally broke this code by having one form of the express call and one and not the other one, because I was in the middle of changing it, probably while I was talking to you people. This is what happens when you live stream and talk while you're coding. This is what happens. Dumb shit like that. I am so mortally embarrassed by that. And this guy will be a dash. Oh, well. All that stuff's going away without too, by the way. I don't need to pass any of that anymore. I am so happy. And the node version is going to be so much better. The node tree version. It's just going to be better. I can already tell. Because I can jam pack all kinds of interesting data in there while it's being unparsed. While it's being parsed and checked against the parser. Lang really hard in this block. This doesn't make any sense. Why is this even in here? What? Why was I doing this? Oh, I was trying to get fancy with... Wow. Wow, Rob. Rob, just really... Wow. Why? Why on earth would you leave that in there? Yeah. Not enough arguments. Of course not. Fuck. I'm gonna be so happy when this is done. The problem is I'm not gonna have any steam left to do my old node base because I'm just doing all this other shit. I need to go for a run too. I haven't been running for the last 3 days, and believe me, it shows. It's like when you literally sit in a chair and maybe get 100 steps in a day, there's something wrong. You need to not do that, human beings. You need to remind your bodies that you're human, and that goes for me. That's why we run. We don't run to burn calories or even for the fresh air. You run to remind your body that you are human and humans move. And it's like, oh. And then it changes its metabolism and chemistry and turns down inflammation. Inflammation is just your blood cells, your white blood cells being bored. That's all it is. Your white blood cells are bored. It's like, what can we eat on? I want to chew on this. It's like your puppy. It's like your white blood cells are like, they're like billions of little puppies inside of your body that act out when you don't let them out to run. Yeah. You come home and it's like, you know, like a puppy that's like ripped the shit out of your whole house as to act out, or it's peed in the middle of your kitchen because it's bored. It's like, you just left me. You didn't let me do anything. But when you go running, then you're filling your body with lactic acid and all these toxins, and the white blood cells are super happy. They're like bouncing around. Ooh, look at all this shit we can burn up and eat and destroy. And yeah, they're like bored cops. I'm tuned in. Hey, Alan, how's it going? Seriously, they're like totally bored cops. That's like, you know, bad cops, right? So you got your white blood cells are like bored bad cops. And if they don't have bad things to go chase down, they will chase down the good things, and you'll have a big fucking riot in your body. And that is inflammation, people. That's what inflammation is. Inflammation is your bored white blood cells acting against you. And if you give him something to eat, if you give him something to do and something to attack, they'll leave the rest of your body alone, and you'll live longer, and they won't literally be the cause of all chronic disease. Inflammation is a bunch of bored blood cells, white blood cells attacking everything. Because, ooh, this looks good. Wait, there's no free radicals in this body. Let's see what looks like it could be a bad thing. Ooh, wait a second. This doesn't quite look right over here. So it attacks your like arterial lining and everything that looks a little weird. It looks your like gut fauna and messes that up. But if you go running, it has plenty to do, and I'm totally convinced of that. There's no basis in science, but that's my theory. It's like, that's why you have to go outside. You don't have to go outside because your parents told you to, or because everyone says it's going to cause you to lose weight and everything. You have to go outside and move around and sweat a little bit and cause your body to actually produce the stuff that your endocrine system and your all of the other systems are designed to, your growth system, right? Your growth hormones. You got to stress your muscles so that your body will be forced to produce the elixir of life, which is growth hormone. If you ever watch that, there's a fun documentary. So there's God, where is it? What's it called? There's some documentary that talks about how growth hormone, your body stops producing growth hormone when you get old. Unfortunately, how's it going? How's it going, Alan? You have to produce growth hormone when you're growing, because it has to make good stuff, right? Oh, cold showers. See ya. And if you don't have growth hormone, cold showers, yeah. Is it really? I didn't know that. But yeah, you need growth hormone because your body. So evolution has forced humans to die because it's decided it's the best thing for the species. If we don't die, there can't be room for new growth and new chromosomes, combinations and all this stuff. So it's actually a part of our stuff. And so, but yeah, but if you can't pump growth hormone, that's all I'm saying. But if you can do things to cause your body to produce growth hormone, you will never age. You'll never age. And everybody asks the question, like, why? My body has the ability to completely recover itself. Am I doping again? I mean, hell no, unless you count coffee, which, it's so wonderful, people. I go through phases. Sometimes I drink too much coffee, then I don't drink enough. So yeah, so go outside, walk around, remind your body it's human, and it'll be nice to you. And it won't act out. It won't pee on your floor. The white blood cells won't eat everything. They won't rip up the sofa. And you'll live longer. Drink talkie, you drink coffee, talk faster. Mac attack, MacGyver, literally MacGyver. Yeah, like BeaconBot. Is he actually? I haven't watched him in a while. I miss that dude. What a great dude. What a great dude. If you're a beginner, go watch BeaconBot. Leave me alone. Go watch him. He's so much more fun to watch. He'll talk his teeth out. Yes. And he's stuck with helping the beginners. And I'm like, no, I gotta get shit done. And I apologize, beginners. But if you learn something along the way, so be it. Maybe it'd be nice. Anyway, so what do we got with some Go here? We need to do more of the Go. I have a bug that I added to I pulled a Babbage. Again, I'm going to make this Doomers are here. Doomers in here. So that is a fun nostalgic moment, Moz. You're making me remember the old days. The old days, 4 months ago. I just got his finger. Oh God. See you, Greg. Dude. Seriously, sorry, dude. I'm like cringing. I box cuttered my finger once, dude. It was not a pretty sight. Yeah, I box cuttered my finger. Holy shit, while I was working in the groceries. And that just brings back bad memories of PTSD. Yeah. Forget the skiing for a while. He'll be like, is it his pointer finger? I was like pointing at everybody for like 2 months. I was like really rude. Oh, okay. Well, take care of that. Thank you for those fixes, dude. You're like on it. You like did that right away. And that makes me happy because now I can see all my other broken shit. That's my problem. See you tonight, maybe. What's up? Let's see. All right, we're gonna do a little bit of alpha here. We've got a little bit of not arguments in this call as expected. AST alpha. I need to fix this before I can relax. And relaxing involves running, and I just talked about that. So, I gotta recover this. Multiplies into expect. It kind of. I don't. Okay, so what I did is I actually changed the syntax of of some of my commands in the middle, and I didn't branch them, and so now I'm kind of putting them all the pieces back together by hand so that it works, and then I can really do the true branch and go down the new path, which I'm going to do, which is a true pure AST node based parser with a much more elegant expect. Our expect method now is really pretty elegant with its sort of parameter language syntax, but I'm going to make it even better out of thought. And so this is just a little bit of boring cleanup, which is why I'm more prone to random talk, because when I'm just doing boring cleanup, I tend to do that. Not enough arguments in the call as expected. So pick an error, have pick an what string pick an error. Well, you know what? I already just fixed that, so let's just fix you too. So this isn't. Do we have an alpha up here already? I didn't realize we did. Pick a new node alpha. Actually, I don't think I need the other node alpha. Yes, I do. Okay. Cheers, 10,000. Thank you so much for the sentiment, Mac. Let's see here. Multiple value p expect, single value context. That one is a different one. I called expect on line 26. Oh, I missed one. Well, I thought I fixed all those, but we'll fix that one there. You should be fine now. Can it use error as type peg and parser and argument to expect? I was afraid of that. Line 26. Yep. So we need to return a... Actually, this guy needs to check for error. I already had a macro still set for this, actually. We don't even need the M on this one. And we're going to return nil and expected, which is a change. Those are all changes to the argument signature. It is Friday tomorrow. Hey, Will, you can start. Here's how you learn, buddy. Okay, here's how you learn, all right? So go check this out. If you know any programming at all, you can go ahead and jump into these resources. If you don't, you should probably learn JavaScript first. That's my opinion. I'm going to stick with it. But yeah, if you go read that, you can go see how to code in Go. And it takes you to the language specification. I hate that white, sorry. It takes you to the language specification, which you can read. This is all EBNF, by the way. If Pegn looks familiar to you to this, that's because Pegn is based on a better EBNF and ABNF. Those are all parsing expression grammars extended back in us. This is everywhere. This is in every textbook everywhere, and RFCs and stuff. So yeah, and then the tour of Go is a little heady. It gets you into bitwise mathematics. It also has JavaScript only support, which really irks me, but oh well. And then some of these other things. I can test that these are still the best ways to learn Go. They are not the most fun ways. If you want to do fun, go to the language learning challenges, and just kind of, challenge yourself. Write some code that fulfills these requirements, and, get practiced that way. That's how I suggest you learn Go. Okay. I know Thompson's on the project. Does it have any similarities to C? Yeah, lots actually. You're going to really enjoy reading about it. Pike, of course, Rob Pike, made Plan 9. He was at Bell Labs with Thompson. And such. It's the first substantial C replacement. It was actually made to replace C, C++, Python, and Java, and had representatives from all those projects at Google. It was very, very, very specifically designed. I strongly encourage you to watch the video from Rob Pike about the origins of Go. And I just really, really like it. It talks about how they solve real world problems at Google before, of course, it went on to become this thing that's much, much larger than Google. People, particularly Rust people, love to throw Go under the Google bus and say, this is a Google technology. I don't want anything to do with it. And meanwhile, they turn around and use React that was invented for Facebook under non-open source terms, and Facebook had to be bludgeoned into submission by the Apache project to actually release it under a proper license. So the same people come from that background are throwing Go under the bus for saying that it belongs to Google, which is totally incorrect. Oh yeah, absolutely, completely agree. And it's never as simple as like one company is bad, even though I love to bash on Google and Apple. I just wish they'd do the right thing. That's all. And have Brom from Vim on the team. Yes, they have. They a lot of people call them the new Bell Labs, and which terrifies me because they are. Go watch the Proton Mail TED Talk. Google is still 95% of their income still comes from advertising. When you're driven that highly by advertising, you get something that ends up becoming a documentary on Netflix called The Social Experiment. Bell did become a monopoly. Yep, it was more of an AT&T thing, right? And they had to break it up. Yep, they had all the tech. It seems like whoever has the most power and influence is where the really great brains are. They go there and they're like, I don't care, I'm selling out. Except for Palo Alto. Palo Alto is a kind of interesting little anomaly, right? Nestled within Xerox. Xerox was a pretty big behemoth at the time too. Everybody wanted copying stuff. So I don't know. It's more complicated than, yeah. I don't know though. I've reached a point in my life where I don't know if I can associate myself in any way with furthering financial goals of certain organizations. I just, not me. It makes it hard to get contract work because I'm kind of picky. So I just want to get into a FANG company, please. I just want to get into a FANG company, make a lot of money and get out, and then I'll do something good with my life. I won't have to be evil. And then I'll make a documentary about how wrong I was, about how I won't even let my kids use the thing that I built and released on the world. Yeah. It's like, but I understand it. I understand. I worked for Nike for 3 years, for God's sake, during the middle of all their humanitarian crisis. And the small clients trust me. Mac, I have no problem accepting that truth. I look forward to it. So I loved my time at Nike, to tell you the truth. I loved it. There was a couple, bumps in the road that I didn't like, but overall I really loved it. Built their intranet, got to go to the Olympics and cover that and go to the snowboarder party. And I mean, it was a good time. It was a really good time, but yeah. I wrote an app that, was used by Phil Knight it was a live chat app in Java, actually. I did one in Java and I did one that was just all server-side Perl programming, actually. And they used it to communicate with the company internally about the labor relations issue. Now I remember that. I got in really tight with the director of internal communications. She was awesome, and she found me, actually. She's like, I need you to help me do this and this and this. I'm like, okay. I was like the techie on Hunger Games who just likes it for the intriguing tech. The original pagan. What are you talking about? Restoring original pegn-go. It's not the original pagan. It's like I departed from. I did a Babbage. I departed from a working thing without pushing the final version of the working thing, and built another, cooler thing, and that ended up with both of them not working. So I'm kind of getting the first one to work first again, which I know works because I've already gone through the whole thing. I actually have a tool that uses it that I'm like, okay, don't throw that binary away because it's the only one. And so I'm trying to get it so I can build that tool again. And then I will depart. Then I will depart and run down a completely different, more efficient, better way. Yeah, well, I expect you to be. So it's fine. Don't worry. It'll come. Right now, I just need to fix some problems, and I have to stop talking is what I need to do. Alpha, multiple value expected in this single value context. Alpha line 26. Expect a single value. This is not a single value context. What the fuck? Oh no, expected is supposed to return that, so this should be fine. There we go. Can I use error type as an argument to expected? Line 26. Oh right. Actually, I need to go steal one of these from something else so I can remind myself what I was doing when I did that. There we go. You can go here, and then you'll be very happy. Yeah, I told you. Not being confused when people said, "Are you confused yet?" But then I got old. Yeah, it's hard to just own the fact that your brain gets slower when you get old. Yeah, ageism is never justified, but it's normal to be confused in this channel, whether or not you're smart. Confusion is the status quo for RWX, Rob. Can we please just accept that and move on? Okay, so M equals alpha. Can I call function is alpha? Oh, I just need to call alpha. Oh my God, you're making me feel ancient, Zap. How dare you talk bad about yourself at that age? Cannot assign node to M in multiple assignments. Oh, I think I need to do an expect here, don't I? Wait, why am I even doing that? I don't think I need any of this here. Why the fuck? None of this stuff even goes here. Ugh, no wonder. Oh hell, Confucius. 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 So Tmux and Screen are a thing, and they are both awesome. Screen comes on everything. In fact, my Tmux is mapped to Screen, despite Mac's serious disagreement with that. And I agree with his disagreement, but I don't care. I understand why he disagrees. He's like, why? How dare you remap Control B? How dare you? Because I want it to act like Screen, and I don't normally have Screen. When I do, I use a plain old terminal anyway, and then I terminal into it, and then I do Screen over there, or Tmux over there, and it feels like Screen. Is it simply hell no? It just has been fully mapped. Yeah, see, here it comes. I knew it was coming. I could have counted down that Mac was going to say that. So I actually have a video on that, Zaf, if you want to watch it. I did a video on how to set up Tmux so it behaves like Screen. Yeah, I'm not the only one. Lots of people do that. There's also people who remap JK to escape, which is dumb now, I figured out. Did you know if you hold down the Option key and push the navigation keys, it automatically escapes? Check this. This is one of the coolest VI things I never knew about until last week. So my fingers are getting old, and my control left bracket are kind of wearing out on NVI. And my pinkies are, honestly, they're getting tired. So control left bracket, if you have an American keyboard, is the standard replacement for escape. It's on every keyboard, blah, blah, blah. But my fingers were getting a little tired, so I was giving in. I was like ready to remap KJ in command mode to escape, which some people do, which I thought was blasphemy and made fun of people before for doing that. And when I did a little bit of research, I actually discovered, check this out. So I'm in insert mode, right? Watch how I get out of insert mode. Option down. In fact, let me show you. So I'll turn a screen key on. All right, you guys know what screen key is? You can see all my stuff. All right, so check this out. This is so cool. I did not know this. So I've got I for my insert mode, add a few lines, right? And now I'm going to go back up, but I want to exit insert mode. So I hold down Option and push the up arrow, and it says it is Alt K, right? And every time I do Alt K, it sends an escape with it, which automatically takes me out of insert mode. So basically, the fastest way to get out of insert mode without hitting escape is to just do navigation. Is that cool or what? You can still see my fingers are still stuck on the oldest control, this for escape. Or this for escape. But so nowadays, you know, and I still, you'll see me still doing this out of habit. But the truth is you don't. You just need to hold down. Oopsie, it's a little bit harder to hit. And some people do, of course, some people remap Alt, you know. I mean, they remap escape key for that. So, little tip for you there. Yeah, I would not understand this. I had not learned the basics of Vim. Yeah, if you want to learn the basics of Vim, so here's one. rwx.gg, vi survive. I strongly recommend you learn this. You do not need to learn nano. I'm not judging you if you do. Dude, Alt and Option are literally the same key. So don't give me shit about that. You British person. They're literally the same key. There is an Option key, which I'm looking at right now, that has the words Alt on it as well in small letters up in the top. I have one of these Mac/Windows keyboards is combined. Maybe that's unique. I don't know. So it's an Alt key. It's the Alt key, dude. It's the Alt key. It's the Option/Alt key. On Mac, it's Option. So your non-Macness is coming out Mac. Did you ever get crap about that? Just curious. I'm just really curious. I really want this to work so I can move on to the next thing in the day, which includes a phone call to a recruiter. So I'm looking forward to that call. There's actually a really interesting company needing some work in the area. And I'm super happy to, because it let me understand what you were saying about VI just then. Really? Oh man, glad you got that help out of that. Can't find any key. Yeah. Is there such a thing as an any key? Okay, alpha range. Hey, look at this. We got all of our errors out of alpha. So on to the next one. Maybe I'll actually get it done. There are 33. Expect equals nil. Oh, we have to redo that one. Expect is now a multi-value, expect in single value context. So we need to fix all these. I seriously hope that we don't have to. I'm curious though when that changed. This looks like this calls for old pegn. Do pegn / old pegn. Wait, where are you? God damn it. Fuck. Pegn / libpegn. Why are you not? Oh. Check out. No. It should be in the expect from the old parser. Get diff. Did I already mess this up? Let me see. Nope, I didn't. So what? What has changed? Expect now returns a pegn marker and an error. How is that changed from this one? Oh, did I change this? Please tell me I didn't change this. Please tell me I didn't change this. Nope, same thing. Well, must be another explanation then. Multiple value p dot expect in single value context line 30. Oh, it's 33. Nope, single value context. That one I didn't fix before. I could have swore I did. I could have swore I fixed that. Mark and an error equal that. And then we're going to need to do, I hope I don't have to fix all these because I could have swore we fixed this. And then we say this. Then we say if error does not equal nil, go to the beginning, restore it, and go back. Line 33. Oops, sorry about that. Go. I'm afraid. Oh, shit. These are all going to need this. I swear I did this change already. How many YouTube viewers? Not many. They're there. I'm mostly doing this because I just want to store everything. So, but we have had some nice people on the YouTube. Yeah. What is this? Live. I'm live, guys. I have one watching on YouTube. One faithful YouTube viewer is probably me. It's just a borderless TMUX pane. And a side panel in which GoLink shows errors and etc. Oh, yeah. And Barnsy's out there like fighting the good fight, explaining everything for us on YouTube. Appreciate that. Because I have no insight into what people are saying over there. It is kind of cool though that you can come in and see the chat. I hate that about Twitch. If you come in the middle of Twitch, you have no idea what anybody's talking about because you can't scroll back. But in YouTube's chat, you can. In YouTube's chat, you can go back there and go back. It bounces around. Sometimes it's a little bit higher than others. So anyway, let me get this one done. I hope I don't have to do this with all of them. I think I do though. Line 33 to find M. I've already done an M. Go expected node. Actually, this can be just a nothing. We don't need that. Alpha range multiply expecting value 48. 48. I was afraid of this. God damn it. I hope that I don't have to redo all of this. God damn it. It's always when you're cleaning up your room that you mess stuff up. So, like, you can't tell them apart. It's true. And I don't use get properly. I've already admitted it. Now I will. You know what? I don't use get as well as I should when it's my own project. And that is a massive mistake on my part. It's like when you should use it the most, right? It's like keeping your like, say you're a mechanic and you like your professional tool shed is your station is like got everything in foam and R2s, right where the tools right where they are, and you go home and you're working on your Mustang or something. I don't know. I don't ever know. I have no point of reference there. But they say and it's like everywhere. Your stuff's everywhere. And you don't do anything. It doesn't make any sense. So you should basically have the same habits in both places. And I openly admit that I am more fast and loose with my own code bases than I am with anything that I would work with professionally. But that's bad. You shouldn't do that. You should instill good habits while you're just doing stuff for fun. AST.go node.type name undefined. That's a filtered in type name like 20. Not understanding that one at all, but figures. You are the Lukey Luke Git user. I kind of am. I have been. I'm getting better though. I'm getting better. Node.type name. We don't have those anymore. Oh no, yeah, yes we do. We have node dot. Oh, type name. That's right. That was that's a new thing. That's a new fangled thing that I got rid of. So let's do that. Func. We need a receiver for this. Receiver's a node pointer. Type name just returns a lookup. Actually, don't even need that. Return. What should I return? Type name. No. What we got here? N dot. No. nd dot types. N dot type. The end. Great. Now we getting close. All right, where are you? Line 26. Oh, string. How about that? Okay. Binary mismatch variable. Fuck, I have a feeling it's going to be stringing me along with all of those because they all have multiple value returns. Which means I'm going to have to fix them all. It's means I'm going to be here all fucking day. I actually fixed most of those and it didn't get saved, probably. Because I was like, nah, screw all that stuff. This is way too much work. I'm just going to do it as a node tree and we'll be done. And I still want to get back to that. But again, I'm doing this because I want to get back to something that I can use. And I don't know how many more of these I'm going to hit. But this one, let's see, assign this variable. Check returns two variables. Yeah, you know what? The problem here is that these functions only return one variable before. And I'm tempted to yeah, see this yeah. All right. I'm going to have to do it for everything, I think. Fuck. I could have swore I did this change already. I think I did. I didn't save it. Again, I just wanted to compile. The error messages are going to suck for a while. And so that'll get me. This means, unfortunately, I'm going to do this. Yeah, there's no way around this. All right, so it's going to get really boring for the next, as if it did already, right? For the next hour, it's going to be really fucking boring. So yeah, put some music on because these all have to be done by hand. This is why I want to get out of this, but I have to do my homework before I can get there first. Fuck. So it's gonna put me into about another hour. I can't leave this till this is done though. And then I can save this and everybody will have a working library that they can start committing against and stuff. And then we can go and break the API. It's all in alpha, by the way. So, all right, so we have an error. It's an error. And this guy needs to change. This is where macros come in. And see, that's going to make that one fine. And then 18 is going to have a problem. 2-value input. And we do error does not equal this. And then expected whatever from the node. And then we have bin ranges. We got a problem now. So this is where macros come in. So I guess we can chalk this up to a good example of how to use macros, which I haven't been a fan of really, because I'm more of a VI and not a Vim guy. But I recently started using macros thanks to Greg's urging. So this here needs to take 2 values. So it needs to go through a conversion. And that's a pretty tricky conversion. So how would we do that? Let's say I want to change this to a 2-value return. And what would I do? So first of all, I would copy it and then I would alter the next one, right? So the first thing I should probably do, let's try this as a macro. Okay, so I'm going to do Q, start the macro, and I'm going to make this one E so I can remember it. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change, I'm going to go to the beginning of the line, 0, and then I'm going to fast forward to the if in the line, and then I'm going to get rid of that search thing, and then I'm going to change the if statement, so CW to change one word, and I'm going to make the word a mark and an error. Sometimes I won't need the mark, but oftentimes I will. And then I'm going to make it equals this stuff. And I'm going to save that. And then I'm going to jump ahead to the double equalses, and not search them anymore. And I'm going to delete to the end of the line, capital D. And that is the end of that conversion. Now, after that, if I wanted to really have some fun here, I can say, okay, now I'm going to insert a line, and then I'm going to say if error does not equal nil, and now I can convert that, escape that, and now I should be able to run that macro on other things. So yeah, this is probably going to complain. So that macro is recorded as soon as I push Q, so I can use it. But this is probably going to complain because it doesn't have an M defined. In this case, I don't need it, so I can just replace it with underscore, but I can do that by hand. Let's see, multiple values. So now on line 33, I can use my fancy macro again. Now, if this worked, then I can just push @E, and that should completely transform that, which it did. Huzzah. I don't know if you saw that, but that's pretty damn awesome. Not only that, but it left me in command mode, so now I can go find the next one, which is on line 47. And because I've already got the macro loaded up, I can do @, and repeat the last macro. And then I can go to checkdef, and I'm off and running. So bin range has still got all of these underscore problems, which I should probably edit my macro to not need the underscore. But whatever. That's okay for me to fix those. So now when we do checkdef, it should go much faster. So on checkdef, I can go find that line, go to 27, and oh my god, this is a big one, right? So let's see if our macro works. @, boom, completely succeeded. It's going to tell me if I need to undef this, so I still have to do that, but the other stuff was much helpful. So now we have check ID. So check ID, let's do that one. So check ID once line 25 changed. Oh, this is a little bit of a fancier deal here, so I'm not going to be able to do that. We need to do the error thing like that. And we're good to go. That one's good to go. So this one I should probably change to be error does not equal nil. And all right, so let's do class def. Class def line 27. And once again, I can use my macro. So there we go. Don't need the M. I wish I could edit my macro to not have the M there. I probably could actually. You know what? Let's try it. I don't know how dangerous this is to do on a stream. Pulling in your Vim info is probably not a good idea. Instead of the M, AST, I need to find my my E macro. It's not going to be here. It's going to be like way down here. Oh gosh, everything's in here. It's like really not the kind of thing you want on your stream. But that's fine. I give up. I'll be fine with changing it. It's more work than just doing it. Class exp. I'll get good at editing my Vim info at some point. So yeah, we're going to go through. We have a problem on line 41. This just needs an error. Technically, that doesn't need to change, so I don't give a shit. I mean, it's fine. I'm done playing. I mean, if I were going to have this be for posterity, I would change that to be the right thing, but I don't care right now. I just want it to work. Same with this one. Command line. I hope that these parsers are new enough because they should have been updated already. Oh, here we go. So there we got that. And it actually, watch, it doesn't need the M again. So it appears that anytime I have this, it doesn't need the M. Comment, we're only on comments. How fast we can do this. 32. You know what I should do? I bet you I can just edit them all. Yeah, let's do that. We on alpha range, AST, binary, check def, check ID, class def, class XPR, class ID is fine, command line, copyright, 18 go, bang bang, replace you, count is the next one, 17. Bang bang. Let's see, I'm gonna have to. It's not as fast as I thought, but oh wait, we got another one. What? Undef far assignment mismatch. One variable line 24. We got another one here. Man, so that's good. Count line 33. Did we get that one already? It's our macro again. 0. All right, you're off and running. Save you. Go to digit. Nope. Digit. 17. Wait, we don't have a var. Just fine. Go down here. Add an error. That should make you happy. End line 19 needs an error. Line 20 needs an error. Line 26 needs an error. Line 32 needs an error. That should be enough for you. Expression is happy. Expression line 36. Macro. Replace underscore. You're happy. Hexadecimals, happy. Nope, skip grammar. Hexadec line 7. It's always 17. That's kind of cool. Error, but it doesn't know what it is. So var error. Again, this code is going to have to be written at all in the new version. I cannot wait to prove that to be true. I just really can't. Define is upper hex. That was reduced to lowercase. That's a weird error. Hex range is next. We'll go to line 18 for a macro here. Oopsie. Macro. Replace you. 33 needs help. Same thing. Macro. Replace you. Line 48 needs help. Another macro. You are a thing. All right. Save you. Go to the next file. Line 17 needs an error and it needs to be defined. Doesn't take me that long to type. So 18 needs more help than that though. Because why? Oh, white space is now WS. All right. Integer. Line 17 again. How about that? All right, I need to make a macro here. All right, so we're going to go up to that line. I'm going to start a V macro. How about that? And SSD or error Q. Oops. And then Q. All right. And so int range 18 macro. You know what? I'm going to append to the macro. Yep, I am. I figured out how to do this. I actually learned about this too the other day. So int range, let's do this. So line, where's it, 33? I mean, I know it's not the best, but we're going to append. We're going to append to the macro. So the way to do that is, so I'm going to make up for my mistake. So it's not a mistake. It's just like, I could have just put an underscore in there. So I'm going to run the macro. So I'm going to say, okay, so bam, move the macro, and then I'm going to start appending to it. And the way you do that is you do the capital version of the letter. So Q and then capital E. And then what this is going to do is going to go up one letter. I'm going to go to the front. I'm going to find the M, get rid of the find, and then I'm going to replace it with an underscore, and then I'm going to save it. And then I push Q, and now my macro should be edited. All right, so line 33. 48. So let's try it. Let's see if it worked. Macro E. Yay, it worked. My append worked. So that was much faster than fixing the Vim info. Just so you know. And save. And then, so we're done with that one. Let's go back to the lang. Lang ext is, whoa, not clean. I thought it was. So line 17. This just needs an error. Up here, we can do our V macro to get the error. Save that. And we're off to the next thing. Lang on line 17 has the same problem. Up here, we'll do a V. And down here, we'll do an error. Save that. Language has something going on line 26. Oh, here's our macro. Check this. All right. So our new reform macro. Boom. Totally done. And so, yeah, that's, you know what? I'm going to add to my macro again. I'm going to add a save. Yeah. Watch this. Okay. So I'm going to add, so Q, capital E, and then I'm going to do a save. Enter. And then I'm going to end my Q. All right, there. Yay, yay team. All right, so now I go to license. I go to line 18 again. Now watch. All right, so my macro E actually saved it also. What? So I don't need to do anything except I don't even do that because I just did it. Oh, nice, Rob. That's so perfect. Go to the next thing. Major version. Go to line 17. Oh, it's a different one. So we're going to put that macro in there and then put some error in there. Save that guy. Go to the next one. Max needs the same sort of thing. And that needs an underscore error. Meta needs one of these things. Boom. All right, what else does it need? Line 30, line 42, yeah. All right, I'm ready for you. Here we go. Bang, bang. Got that one done. Line 30 is not happy. Why isn't 30 happy? Oh, here we go. Bang, bang. Got you too. Look at that. All of them covered. Huzzah, macros for the win. Greg, you might be proud of me if you saw this. Min needs one variable, got two on line 17. So this is a good old this thing. Install comma error. Min max, we'll go do that one. So line 18 has got our macro issue. And line 32 has got it again. And line 45 has got it again. So there you go. And this guy doesn't have, yep, same problem. So that's good. We'll go to min version. This has got this going on. Comma error. Then what? Min 115. E macro. Alrighty. It's just whoa. I missed one. Go back. Min 0. Wait, why is min 1 not happy? Did I skip it? Oh, min 1 is not still happy. Okay. Why are you not happy? Because there's no such thing as error. All right. Or but I did that already. I'm not looking at the, oh, min 0 though. Well, I'll get it later. Oh, here it is. All right. So do that. Save that. Neg look. Okay. Neg look. So that one. Wow, that was fast. Octal. This gets that. There. That should be fine. Oct range gets one of these. And another one of these. And that one's all good. And another one of those. And then optional. Gets a V. It would be great if I didn't have to do all this. So, yeah, I actually don't. And that didn't come out until I did it all, though. That's a lot of times how it happens, right? You end up starting to refactor and go, oh my God, I could just walk the node tree and would have been fine. Hi, Return to Dust. Good to see you. So yeah. So this gets one of these. And next. Oh, I'm just cleaning up my grammar thing. Nothing particularly exciting. Here. This one gets my macro. Boom, macro transformation complete. And we go to the previous version. This needs an error. So we'll do that. Do that. You should be happy. 34 needs more help though. Needs another error. There we go. Primary needs some love. Primary needs some love on line 32. Here we go. macro in the house. 46 needs it again, apparently. There we go. And that be it. Res check ID. Wait, I'm on quant already. No, quant has no problems. Range has no problems. Res check ID has a problemo. I'm getting kind of delirious and lame. Because this is the stuff that computers are supposed to help you do, right? And here I am doing it. So let it be known that some things are required by humans anyway. Yeah. Res token ID 36 needs an error, and this needs an error, and the schema def is next. Wait, skip rune, schema def. These are fun. This is macro stuff. So macro, I like the macro stuff because it goes easy. Simple, you're good. Simple's not good. Simple's not simple. There we go. You can be fixed, and you can be fixed. Spacing is a thing. Let's go do that one. You're fixed. Let's see you down with your fucking VS Code. Let me see you do any of this macro shit with your VS Code. Let me see how to do that. Let me challenge you. Put a challenge out there. Yeah, it's kind of cute. All right, so no, you would never do this sort of code editing and transformation with VS Code, period. You'd have to find some other alternative. You better damn well hope there's a plugin to help you resolve your code, which there isn't. This change that I'm doing is so specific to this particular setup that the regular expression and matching patterns that I'm using cannot be done within either IDE. They can't be done unless they have the ability to record keystrokes and all of the great things that are built into VI. Simply can't be done. So, you know, I have I have no patience for people who come in attacking VI because being an old editor and it's not modern, not graphic, and I'm like, okay, fine. Yeah, you run along and play with your little colorful toy while I get shit done that you can't even dream of doing. I'm sorry, that sounds very elitist, but it's just factual. And this is proving it right now to me. That's why I even mentioned it, because it's like, this is so superior to any other editor what I'm doing right now. That it's text. We're manipulating text and code. That's it. Yes, we are. And our GUI editors. No, check it out. Watch this. I'm about to completely transform this line of code based on its position and everything into that. And save automatically. Did you see the autosave? Which means I did one keystroke to fix all of this, and all I have to do is jump to the next file with another 2 keystrokes. You'll see you do that in your fucking VS Code. Can't be done. End of argument. I'm not angry. I'm just ranting. So you're the man. Look. People who understand this just look at other people who critique it and just shake their head. And they're like, okay, whatever. Because unless you've experienced it, once you experience it, you will never ever do anything else. Once you actually get good at it, but it's like a virtuoso on an instrument. You know, you can play chopsticks on the piano, or you can learn scales right and take a lot longer to learn how to play the piano right, and then play actual music. I don't have to be using. So it's funny. Anyway, okay. Token def, Unicode. Wait, we skipped one. Damn it, because I was ranting. Stop ranting, Rob. Stop ranting, Rob. You're gonna fuck something up. You know, that's bad karma for me being like an asshole. I'm trying not to be an asshole. I'm just speaking firmly. Yeah. Okay. And of course, I'm not attacking any individual. I'm attacking ideas and understanding. That is not individuals. At least, you know what? You could say that, but Emacs could probably do this, what we're doing. It's another reason to look at Emacs. I'm sure Emacs can do what I'm doing right now. So otherwise, Linus Torvalds and all the gang wouldn't use it. I just don't. I would rather have flexibility of working on multiple systems with VI, which Emacs does not give you. So just fine to you. This is all. I think I kind of needed that. I married a New Yorker, so you know. But I was raised Mormon, and in Happy Town. So when you hear me get bent all shape out of stuff like that, it hurts my soul sometimes. When afterwards I'm like, oh man, I really shouldn't have said that so firmly. I should have been nicer and blah blah blah. And, so yeah, but yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, you think living in Russia would have toughened me up. You know what I mean? Seriously, you think in Russia, you think New Jersey is bad. Try having friends who are Russians. Oh my God. It's like they will tell you to your face you're a moron. Everybody. Like, and then they'll be like, this is why you're a moron. You want me to delineate all the reasons you're a moron? And you need to not be a moron because I love you. They actually care about you. They're not slamming you because they don't like you or they don't care about you. They are actually slamming you because they do care about you and don't want to and don't want to be superior. Like, you can't do that shit. Blah blah blah. They're just very very direct. That's why when you play games with Russians, they're like, dude, they're some of the harshest people to ever do anything with. And it's just, it's kind of built into them. Obviously it's super dangerous to generalize. I've met ultra kind, soft-hearted, wonderful Russians, and they get beat up all the time. Generalization is a fool's activity, and I'm doing it. But still, it's just fun. Why am I still having an error? What else got fucked up? Did I fuck something up? God damn it. Oh, duh. Derp, derp, derp. Because I'm talking, I screwed it up. I have a few Russians that range jujitsu with. Really? That would be cool, man. It's like, yeah, I had a good friend who was he was much older than me at the time. I was in my 20s. I was a Russian cruise director. Yeah, I ran a cruise ship from the cruise director point of view. It was obviously the captain and the mafia ran the cruise ship, but I ran it from the American perspective, which they respected because I brought thousands of dollars of tips to them at the end of every cruise. But yeah, there's a guy there. We were riding for business and stuff, and he was like, he had multiple degrees from university. He was like absolutely brilliant. He goes, I was obsessed with chess. He goes, you want to play? So I played him. He like destroyed me. He just smiled. Oh, you're cute. You're a cute young American who's attempting to play chess with me. And I was pretty damn good at the time. So I just, that's the one thing you can say a lot of things about Russians, but one of the things that they really do is they spend a lot of time in this might have changed actually, but at the time it was really hard to find a Russian without a book in their hand when they were in line waiting for something. And so, say what you want, but Russians fucking read. They read a lot. And I'm talking about, I'm talking about the common person in Russia that you see on the street or standing in line to get saltfish or piragi in Yaroslav, which is a little town. And there's people sitting there in line waiting and reading their books because they don't have fucking phones. I really want to know if this has changed. I kind of want to go back to see if this has changed. But it was almost like back then they were so used to waiting in line that they just were all much more literate because they just learned to deal with the time. So they would take books everywhere and they'd read them, and that was kind of a cultural value. That and getting drunk off your ass with free beer from the government on the corner every week. They have a massive alcoholism problem. Pushkin actually wrote about it or did some stuff about it. I don't know if he actually wrote. Was it Chekhov or Pushkin? One of them actually directly wrote about the national alcoholism problem they had that, of course, Yeltsin just totally confirmed. But yeah, anyway, so I'm digressing because I'm doing repetitive shit that doesn't excite my mind. Uni range, I don't even know what that is. They didn't push it. Yeah, they kind of did. I mean, the comment. So there's here. You want a little bit of schooling on some of the Russian challenges they faced growing. Their country's probably far past this, but the older days. So yeah, Russian pivo beer trucks. So these trucks would come, and they would see these right here. These trucks at kwas pivo. So these look at them, man. So they literally nationalized keggers. I'm not kidding. They nationalized keggers in every town. No, they totally did. And it's like, and they and the government was like, okay, it's a part of our national value system that we drink beer, and not only that, but you get vodka too. And then they end up, and of course the Communist Party was all about that because it kind of placated them. It's the same reason that did you guys ever hear about liquid bread? So there's a really good documentary. It's How Beer Saved the World. You should really watch it. It's hilarious. You guys think that grain production was invented for bread? No. It was invented for beer, and the Egyptians had this thing called liquid bread, which had a certain amount of alcohol in it that would placate the slaves so that they could get drunk and feel good about themselves at the end of the day and go back to work the next day. And so the socialists, meaning the Russians, are like, yeah, the ludzie piva lubit ludzie voda or whatever. And what's it say? Gubit ludzie nie piva. Gubit ludzie voda. It's like something about piva and water. It's like a saying. I don't know. Anyway, but this is one of the old guard things, and so it was they would bring it to the corner and they would drop them off, and they were like, it was like constant beer, free beer for everybody in Russia. And I'm not exaggerating, and I'm still trying to find some of the other trucks. There they are. And they still, so these things here, these things are left over from the communist era. And there's it sounds like a lot of people have bought them in order to keep brewing and doing stuff like that. It totally is. It's been, yeah. I think Greg would like this. Greg's not here right now. He brews his own too. He's apparently really good at it. I suck. I almost blew the house up doing it. It's a funny story. I'll tell you another day. Seriously, these are all, see these things, look at how old they are. So all these people got their hands on, they got their hands on the old guard stuff, like with the Lenin, museum, like stuff. Look at them. See, they've all got a hold of one of their old military cost things. Yeah. But these are ancient. These have come from the Russian era. So there's like all these leftover Soviet keggers that everyone's like converting. Can you imagine? It's probably worth a lot of money. Like one of those old Soviet kegs is probably, Greg's going to really hate that he didn't see this. At least it's on video, YouTube. He can come back and look at it. Yeah, see, check it, man. They like that one. She's not, no, that's a Pepsi Kwas. Okay, well, they put Pepsi in that one. It's it's so funny. I love it. But it was a big deal, man. I'm pretty sure it was either Pushkin or Chekhov who wrote about the national alcoholism problem they had. Hey, Carlos, give us this day our liquid bread. You know what else is a fun fact from Beer Save the World? One of the reasons church was so popular in medieval times is because if you brought your growler, you know what a growler is, right? You put all the beer in it. If you brought your growler to church, they would fill it up with beer. That's just, the whole monks making beer thing. That's where it comes from. Yep. So monks, since the medieval times, monks have been making beer to convince people to come to church. I was like, when did that stop? I'm sure the Catholics would have much more success if they added the free beer at the end of every mass. Oh, does it? I think it does have two meanings. But yeah, I mean, seriously, you know what else? It saved people from the plague. No kidding. Beer saved the world and got rid of the pedophilia. I know. It's like, it literally saved the world. It literally saved the world from the plague. So because beer had been boiled and distilled and everything, and there was no clean water in the town, people would go to the church. They would think, and they would take their, as much as they could, they would take their beer back, and they would use, beer was how they stayed, how they would, a lot of times they would drink it. So it would keep them from dying because it didn't have plague and dysentery and all the shit in the water. So beer, it's yet again, beer saved the world. It's like, seriously, it is a hilarious movie. If you could ever get a chance to see it, because it's like, it's completely documented. So the national anthem for the United States, "Oh, say, can you see," is a beer drinking song. It's a beer drinking song. Yeah, here. How beer saved the world. You really have to watch this show. It's so funny. It's funny because it's factual. The stuff is all factual, and you're like, what? Yeah, or Drovin Stills is like, beer says, I don't know how, but it will. Anyway, may you enjoy that. I don't know why you got to love beer. I know it makes me want one right now. But I need to call a recruiter instead of drink beer. And I'm almost done with this cleanup. Obviously, my list is in the U's, so my attention is degrading. Thank God for my macro. See, there's my macro again. Once again, you VS Code users can suck it because you can't do what I just did. So there. So there. And I love you. I'm just playing. I have to say that because people won't know. Carlsberg.com. I'm a little afraid of that, Mac. What are you sending me? Is it your Danish beer? Do you only drink Danish beer because you're like the greatest Danish nationalist I've ever known? All right. Of course it is. Did I guess it? I guessed it. I'm establishing a pattern. If it didn't come from Denmark, it's not as awesome. I swear you would fit right in America. if you had grown up here. Oh, Digit, what am I doing here? I got other problems apparently. So back to where I was. So we'll fix them one at a time. You kind of are. Although you're one of the better Americans. I mean, let's be real. I'm not gonna go there right now, but there's plenty of Americans that aren't American at all. They don't believe in any of the actual American values. And if you tell them that they don't, they get pissed at you. So yeah, errors declared but not used. Well, fine. I will undeclare it then. How about that? What do you think of that? All right, you can die right there. End line needs to be, something needs to be done with end line. Okay, we'll do that. End line. Can I ask a question back? How many of your accounts, how many of your jobs are coming from America? Do you mind my asking? I'd just be really curious if that's what's behind some of that statement that you just made. Like you're like doing all the great work for America, for American companies that Americans aren't doing because you're the only one who does it good enough. I'm not slamming anything there in that statement. I'm just trying to get his handle on it. I'm just curious to see what percentage of your business actually comes from international, specifically America. Because that's always intrigued me, how internationals get their accounts. Yeah, and they asked for my age. This is so funny. You can't even read about beer in America. You can go to Pornhub and watch someone get multiply anal gangbanged or whatever and not have to enter your age. But in America, you have to enter your age to even access a site that has alcohol on it. That's a fact. That's a true fact. True fact. It's like, don't you dare read about that devil water. You might actually partake in that. Meanwhile, Junior finds out about gangbangs. with no, with no, with nothing but his own. You know, just so it's so fucked up. Can I just say, it's so crazy. We have so many. You know, America, where pizza is legally defined to be a tomato fruit, according to the FDA or whatever the organization is that decides what can be in lunch items. Pizza is a fruit, people. And you've seen the pizza they sell at you. They make poor children eat in the schools of America. There's like maybe 2 teaspoons of tomato sauce, which is almost all sugar, and apparently that entire thing, bread and all, qualifies as a fruit in America. That is not a lie. Yep, les pauvres élèves. That's what the French head chef for the school said when he heard about that. He's like, those poor Americans, the poor Americans who are forced to eat pizza as a fruit. They have like 4 courses, even though they're in like 6th grade. Oh, you can only laugh. You can only laugh. That's all the only option, because the only other option is not laughing. We must laugh at our foolishness of our existence. Is that Descartes? No, that's not Descartes. That's Camus, probably. Oh, yes. Where are we? Anyway, let's see. Okay. Integer. I wonder if that's originally. Ham and pineapple pizza. Now you're hungry. We talked about beer, and now we talked about pizza. And we talked about America. America, beer, pizza. You know what? I actually think I know why. I have pizza downstairs. It's a very rare thing. I have no beer, though. I must remedy this. Should I go have fun with my wife? Every time she carries beer back from the grocery store and it's in her hand, she'll like make a joke about carrying beer like a good Frau. Because it's like so ironical. Because we have, split everything here. And she's like, oh, I'm a good Frau. I'm carrying your beer. I'm like, oh my God. She's raised German. Love her to death. Are you out there, Artemix wife? We need to go for a walk. I've been like talking and doing shit. I'm almost done though. Why is it giving me shit about not having errors declared here? Are the engine of American temp companies these days? Oh, absolutely agree with that, Mac. I actually saw a blog about that, and I don't know the source of it. God damn, I got to find it again. This is why I blog everything myself, so I can keep track of what all these resources are. But the number was 70% of tech in Silicon Valley is internationals, people with international passports. Yeah. Yep. Fools on parade in our government who are making all these things. Oh, we have to stop immigration. We have to shore up our borders. Okay, and then kill our tech sector. Yep. Let's do that. Let's kill our tech sector. Why don't we do that? Oh, I don't know. We can still put designed or created or conceived or conceptually ripped off in America on our Apple products. Yeah, we can put that on all our Apple products. And then we can have them made and sourced everywhere else in the world. Why the fuck am I having to do this? I shouldn't have to do this, but I'm going to continue to do it. Min.go, since I have to do them all. Minor version. Vergo, octal go. Patch version.go, pre-version.go, reschedule. Res check ID.go, res class ID.go, string.go, unicode.go. All right, now what are we looking for? So we're looking for the errors here, and we're deleting them. All right, next one. Need for the green card, but devalse. Yes. God, don't even start me on that. It would be an unproductive. Oh fuck! I'm breaking things. I'm not supposed to do that. Fuck. Can I still fix it? Yes, I can. Because capital N goes backwards, people. Boys and girls, capital N goes backwards in VI. So when you're like, oh shit, I need to go back, you can. Capital N goes backwards. N goes forwards. And there we go. Delete. And change you to underscore. You next. Next, right? Next one. We delete you. And then change you to underscore. Save. Next. Delete. Change you to underscore. I heard they pay immigrant really bad in the tech sector. Yeah. Yeah. Probably. I have no evidence of that, but it doesn't surprise me for a second. Engineers are no longer moving to the States, but rather they are going back to... Yeah, I know they are. I know. I actually just read a whole thing about that, including a letter from a guy who declined a position because he didn't want to have to move to America. Yep. They come here, they get education, they get the experience, and a lot of times they get a lot of money, and then they go back to their countries. And they build up those countries doing all the things that they want to do. That are entrepreneurial, that are small town, that are middle class. Well, you know, that's something that's rather cliche. It's not completely true. There are a lot of internationals that think America is this big shit fest, and you're all going to die when you get off the plane. Someone's going to shoot you or beat you up. And that, because I've lived internationally, and it's a common misconception. It is super violent here. Don't get me wrong. It's probably the most violent of any country. Well, not all countries, but a lot. Definitely the most gun violence. I mean, like overwhelmingly more gun violence than anyone. But that doesn't mean that you're going to get shot when you get off the car, out of the car. You know, yeah. I mean, I think actually some of the Latin American countries are more dangerous, like Colombia and places like that. Yeah. So I know of a guy who went down there. He's a very conversationalist Spanish speaker. And he went down there just to striking up a conversation. And he was striking up a conversation with some people in a local town, just a nice, happy town. And he just loved to get, back in among the people and talk with them. And he just would talk to them about everything. It was really good for his Spanish, and he was practicing. Very conversationalist like me. And he just started talking about, mafia and stuff like that. And the word got back, and they assassinated him on a jog. Yep. It finally came out what happened to him. So yeah, it's like, note to self, don't strike up random conversations about the mafia in Russia or Argentina or places like that, because you don't want any suspicion, or don't go to we can't go to North Korea, but you don't go to China, and all of a sudden just like raising random conversations about, yeah, he wasn't Mormon actually. No, this guy wasn't Mormon. Dude, the stories about Mormons getting hacked and shit, I got so many of those. Missionaries, I was there actually. One of the guys got his pinky almost cut off. It's another story I'll talk about another day. I actually almost done with this session here because I just got my errors done. Listen to locals. You got to listen to the locals. Yeah. Yeah, you really do. But this local didn't tell him not to talk about it. He was just, you know what? Once again, how many people? I actually have a friend who's a biker. He's an adventure cyclist, and he goes all over the place. He might even be lurking on the stream somewhere today. And the number of people who have just disappeared or gotten chopped up or gotten pushed randomly off a cliff is way higher than you would actually know. And that's not fear, uncertainty, doubt. It's like, stop being a dumbass and just going out internationally like I did. People surprised I survived my work in Russia because I was dealing with the mafia constantly. Sometimes directly, sometimes indirectly. And yeah, it's just, I'm so surprised I survived that. The funniest one was the guy who wanted to start a chop shop with me. He's like, you send me back the cars and we'll sell them. I was like, hell no. I'm not sending you a car and waiting for you to send me the money. No. I know the story about how Lada got its plant in Nizhny Novgorod when they decided to have a joint venture with Ford. and then just kicked all the Ford people out and kept the plant. True story. Nizhny Novgorod, one of the most conservative cities of all of the Soviet Union. People don't know that you can't move between towns under the Soviet Union. So a lot of Russians have never even been to other towns. So, yeah. There I don't mind doing tech stuff for the Russian mafia. I hear they pay well. They have both, totally, obviously. They pay really well. Yeah. Honestly, this is the thing. Okay, so, like Americans have this like weird fascination with like, they romanticize mafia all the time because they live by code, even though, people they murder people, right? But if they live by a code, it's okay. Kind of like the Klingons. And so, and there's like, I don't know what it is. It's like people are fascinated by people who live by an honor code, even if that honor code involves really heinous violence. And it's, whatever. And, but so yeah, the Russian mafia, there's the guy, one of the guys that I dealt with, I mean, again, none of this was ever direct, but there was this, yeah, they're generally personable people. And so it's not like, it's not like, they're going to kill you. They're going to kill you if you do something that steps on their, their interest of some kind. Oh man, all kinds of stories. They used to shut the locks down and strand us in the middle of the river until we paid our due. They used to not allow us to buy. I could go on and on and on. It's just insane. I don't want to. They were running around drunk on and then pushing prostitutes and in chairs for the invalid at 3 a.m. I had to translate. I told that story before. And yeah, that's a true story too. I had to translate between a guy who wanted to kill the dude and then the other guy who said, "This is my ship." I've told that story before. Это мой теплоход. Я платил за этот теплоход. Ты не видишь? And he's like, look at my cheeks. These knife cuts in both my cheeks. I paid for this ship. This is my ship. Big old bearded CFO. You tell him this is my ship and that I bought it and I paid good money for it and he is waking up my passengers and he needs to get the fuck off. And I'm like, he would really like it if you would just consider the fact that we have passengers on this level and that, if you could kind of contain the noise, he understands that it's your ship and it's not at all what the dude said. I totally soft pedaled both sides. If I had actually directly translated what they had said, one of them would be dead. I guarantee it, because they were both so pissed. And I was a tiny little guy. They were both 2 foot taller than me, it felt like. And we got the mafia dude to keep his fun in the bar. I mean, even the captain of the ship's like, yeah, come on in. Because what's he gonna do? Right? It's crazy. It was crazy. I'm kind of glad I got out of it because I would not have survived it if I had stayed any longer. Your code do's for them what religion does for us. Yes, it's true. You know what? This is why. Why do you think people love, including me? I can't even remember the name now. John Wick. People fucking love John Wick. Why? Because he loves doggies and he lives by an honor code. And he's totally fucking badass at what he does. They don't care about the violence. They're like, this is what we value. People who live by a code. So yeah. Var error. I mean, that entire series is just like doubling down on that. It's fictional, but the reason I'm interested in Mac is that it resonates with people. People love it. Conservatives, liberals, whatever, all of them, they love that show. They may not be able to take some of the actual violence. There's more killing in that show than any other show ever made. They like have a death count counter. They're kind of proud of it. All the different ways they can kill somebody. But yeah, let's see, error, not cover, not used. Let us see here. It's used down here. Why are you saying it is not used? I use it right down here. I swear to God. Var error. Are you saying that you're contained? You can't be used. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll see that instead. That should probably work. Nope. Now you're just more mad at me. Bullshit. It's right there. Oh, I see what you want to do. All right. I get you. I get you. I get you. Res token ID. I go. I'm so close to being done. The violence. Yeah. Yeah. Too much. Yes. Yeah. No. I mean, I like a good action movie too, but I think you can overdo anything, right? I love John Wick. I love that show. But do I watch it every day all the time? No. Nope. Yeah. My favorite is like the #1 place where there's more titty bars than any other place in America. Guess where? Anybody want to guess? I read this somewhere, so take it with a grain of salt. More titty bars than any other place, and strip clubs in any other state. Which state in the United States has the most titty bars of any other? Nobody wants to guess. They're too scared. Like I don't want to know. Alabama, pretty damn close. Alaska, that would make more sense to me. So I read on the internet, which take it with a grain of salt. No, I read it's actually Texas. Yeah. I think it's just because the state's bigger, to tell you the truth. Here's another fact. This is a fact. This is James Bond would be a journalist graduate, true diplomat, and a pacifist. He probably would be. Hey, look at that, guys. 100% OKs all around. That is a wonderful sight to behold. So yeah, I'm about to vacate the premises here. Another one. This is a true fact. True fact according to Pornhub logs and statistics. What is the #1 state for accessing porn on Pornhub in the United States? #1. I'll give you one guess. According to IP statistics, which state? You know what? You might got me on that. I thought it was Utah. Yeah, the one I read was Utah. Idaho was like #2 though. It was Idaho and Utah. They were like right there, 1 and 2. Guess where the highest per capita percentage of Mormons is? Guess where the highest per capita of Mormons is? Utah. Yep, the most repressed. According to I think this is an old statistic that I read back in the 90s. The Playboy rated the hottest girls of all college campuses. #1, guess where? Utah. So if you think, and I have it on first person objective evidence that Mormon chicks from Utah, once you get them behind their little repressive exterior. Anyway, and on that note, I feel like I'm failing. I'm falling off the abyss of randomness. So yeah, it's time for me to depart. I probably won't be coming back today. However, I do want to say what I just did, in case anybody comes back and wants to know. This AST seems like it's working. And so we're good to go. Get status. Let me check. Yep. So save, working, let's see, we're going to save, working, but outdated, parser, version. I need to tag this version, but I need to, AST, restored, let's see, needs testing. Let's see. But we'll revise. We're going to revise a lot of this stuff. I don't want people to get the wrong idea. It was Pushkin? Pushkin and Chekhov. Those are the ones I remember. It may have been Solzhenitsyn, but I don't remember. It was one of those guys for sure. Solzhenitsyn wrote a lot about the social ills of Russia, obviously, after he defected to America, so he wouldn't get killed. He's still around, I think. Did Solzhenitsyn finally pass away? He's a book I want to read. I always remember him because the book I read of his was like solid green. So yeah, it was Pushkin, Chekhov, and Solzhenitsyn. I actually would really love to reread their works in English. I read most of them in Russian back when my Russian was okay, but I got the gist of it. But I read The Firm in Russian too while I was over there, which is really ironic. I seriously, I read The Firm, one of the most, the best homages to like unbridled capitalism ever created by John Grisham, and I read it in Russian while I was in Moscow. It was like, just the irony was just so funny. Solzhenitsyn, forget it. I could never spell it in English. You're just gonna have to look it up. I'm sure Google will help you. All right, so the commit is in. It's time for me to go. And here's some nice fishies for you to look at. Again, I got stuff to do. I'm gonna go running. I'm gonna go talk to the recruiter a little bit, work on my resume. And right on time. Did you actually come back as soon as I'm leaving? So Greg, that the latest version should be ready for you to test if you want to play around with it, but there's nothing really to test on anymore. It's just I just wanted it to be a working version from which we can launch our revisions, which we can talk about tonight actually. So just in time to take off. We did have a fun little talk, Greg, about the beer, the traditional communist Soviet era keggers for all in Russia, which I think you might find interesting. We studied like the piva thing. Solzhenitsyn. That's yeah. It was really funny. So you might want to go check in on that. Solzhenitsyn. That's how I would write it. That's the one that I would. Yeah, Solzhenitsyn. Yep, that's definitely the one. All right. Bye. It's been fun.